Hey, my next guest is an advocate for the public in dealing with insurance claims for homes and commercial buildings so that the settlements are maximized, which obviously is the most important thing. Here, representing Metro Public Adjustments, Inc., is Mr. Barrett Matthews in the house. What's going on, sir? Welcome to the show.
How you doing, sir? Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, good to have you here, brother.
Good to be here, man.
Real quick, man, before we start, I want to say, first of all, how many claims would you say on average per year are turned down by insurance companies? And what would you say is the primary reason for that?
Well, I don't necessarily have a number to how many are turned down, but one of the reasons that insurance claims are turned down is mainly because the policy holder does not know how to present the claim to the insurance company, and by not knowing how to present it, they can turn it down based on lack of information on that policyholder's part, because the burden of proof is on the policyholder. It's not on the insurance company.
Wow. That could present some issues right there from the start that most of us don't know, right?
Exactly. It's kind of like going into a legal settlement. If you don't know how to present your case, then you're pretty much done for.
and this is why we have you on the show tonight. So real quick, just so our listeners understand your background, let us know your qualifications and what exactly a public adjuster is.
Well, a public adjuster is, first of all, a lot of people don't know this, that the industry has been around for over 125 years. It's nothing new. It's actually been around a very long time. It's just something that most of us had never heard of. Now, personally, my background, I used to sell insurance, life, health, and property and casualty insurance. I also used to do real estate appraisal and real estate investing. And all that time, I had never heard of a public adjuster. I was introduced to the field, and the first thing that came to my mind was that people need to know this information. And so then I went to find out how to become one. And actually, it's a state licensed profession. We go through the state insurance commission just like the insurance companies. Agents and adjusters go through the state as well. And we get license and certification and bonding and so forth, anything in place that we need to. And what we then do is just take on the position as the advocate for the policyholder.
Well, that seems simple enough, especially if we know you now. Well, what type of problems do you think are commonplace for most home and business owners that they don't even know exist in their own properties? What have you found to be?
That's a very good question. A lot of the things that I run into with people is that they don't know that a lot of the accidents that we cause ourselves are still things that we can actually have the insurance company pay for. I've heard a lot of people say to me, well, I did it myself, so they can't pay for it. It was an accident that I did. They won't pay for that. That does not mean that you're not covered for it. As long as it's something that's sudden and accidental, in most cases, then it should be covered. What we do as a public adjusters, we give people a free review of their policy so that they know what they have, what they need to add in their policy. We also give them a free inspection of their property so that they know that there may be something in their property that they have right now that they just didn't know it was covered. So what we do is we educate them on that. We take an educational approach to it. But in most cases, I find that a lot of people, because they have been privy to hearing myths or just not knowing, we think that a lot of times if we did it ourselves, it's not covered. And a lot of times those accidents that we do on our own are covered. I mean, for instance, I've gotten people paid because they accidentally, believe it or not, they've accidentally spilled bleach on their carpet. And I've gotten the money to get a new carpet from their insurance company.
Are you serious? I wish I'd have known you 10 years ago.
And I hear that a lot too, Clark.
Nice.
I mean, I've had people who had ceramic tile, a big kitchen floor, and they might have dropped a pot on the floor and it cracked one of the tiles. and we've gotten the money to get a new floor, because you can't just take up that one tile and put it back in there. You have to do the whole floor again. So we've gotten the money for that. Those are accidental damages, and a lot of people think, well, I did it myself, I can't get paid for that. Well, I always look at it like this: if you've got full coverage on your car and you accidentally run into a telephone pole, doesn't your insurance cover that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's the same thing with your property insurance of your home or your business. A lot of times I guess we kind of take the burden away from the insurance company by taking it upon ourselves. I mean, as long as it's sudden and accidental, a lot of times it's covered.